Do you see what I see?
Jangan lupa untuk subscribe, share, dan nyalakan lonceng notifikasinya sebagai bentuk dukungan kamu.
Do you see what I see?
Ingin bikin podcast tapi masih bingung mulai dari mana? Kelas Podcast Siberkreasi bakal hadir kembali di 2021. Dimulai dari perkenalan dengan siniar, proses persiapan, produksi, branding, sampai monetisasi. Mentornya mereka yang berpengalaman di bidangnya. Jadi jangan sampai ketinggalan kelas gratis ini.
Hi everyone, I'd like to tell a story. This is a really traumatic story that I tried to forget many years. It happened more than 20 years ago. Because of one night, I got a dream with this exact same situation. That's why I try to share the story with you all. So, the story begins when I got accepted in a public university in other city. It's actually quite far from home. That's why I decided to stay in a boarding house. Since it's a new environment, I have no friends, so I got on a boarding house near to the university. The boarding house was actually okay. We got a new building. It's 2 stories building. My room is located in the 2nd floor. It's really quick. I made a new friends in around a week. I even got a best friend that I'd like to tell you about. Let's call her Mawar. So we're actually got we're in the same university but in different class. We spend most of our time together, like we eat together, and I like to stay in her room and then share stories. And then around 2 or 3 months later, we all the girls hang out in one room, but Mawar is not with us hanging out. So when we were chatting, one of the friends actually asked me, Faye, where's Mawar? It's been a long time that we haven't seen her around. And then I told her, no, actually, she's around. We like to go to the uni together in the morning. And then the friend told me that, Faye, every night, Mawar is not actually on her room. Because my friends actually, they like to visit one room to another, and then they like to knock in rooms, and then whenever they've been knocking in on Mawar's door, but she's never there. So I was quite curious what happened, and then one of the friends told me that Faye, I've seen her. She's one night she's on the side of the road alone. I called her many times, but she didn't reply. She didn't even look at me. And then my other friends said, try to ask for her, Faye, what happened, because we're worried. She's never home at night. This is not good for her. I promised her, I promised my friend, sure, okay, I'll try. So one night, not really one night, so after Maghrib, I tried to knock on Mawar's room, and then we chat a lot. She shared a lot of story, and then I managed to ask her, Mawar, I heard every night you're not in your room. Where were you? So she's quite surprised, because she said that she's not going anywhere. She shared that she has a boyfriend. She's really in love with her boyfriend, and that's actually looked upon her face that her eyes filled with love. And then she told me that the boyfriend's name was Restu, and Restu is her senior. He's really kind, and then every night they chat, and then they sat in the living room. Now this is weird because the living room is always empty. Every 9 p.m. all the girls are already in our room, so there's no way there's no one actually sitting on the living room. And then she said, so I asked her, really, we never saw you in the living room. And she said, I'm not lying. If you don't believe me, I'll introduce you tonight. So tonight I'm going to ask Restu to come, and then I'll introduce you. So okay, all right, then I'll be waiting. And then on that night, as promised, I waited in her room together with her. At around 10 or 10:30 p.m., Mawar said, Restu is here. And then she's really thrilled. She put makeup on her face. She looks really pretty. So I was like wondering, it's really late at night. Why in the world he's coming this late at night, visiting the boarding house? And then Mawar, she ran to the living room. And then I know that she opened the door, maybe for Restu. And then she screamed, like she yelled out my name, hurry up, Faye, Restu is here. So Mawar's opening the living room's door, and then I walked towards the living room. It's not really far from Mawar's room. So and then when I walked to the living room, and I saw that she's pointing on the door, and what I saw in front of the door, I saw pocong. This pocong is so terrifying. It's really big, and then the kain kafan is really dirty. So I screamed really hard, pocong! And then all of my friends got out of their room. They're like yelling, Faye, what happened? And then I kept yelling, it's pocong. So Mawar was quite surprised. What do you mean? This is Restu. And then all of my friends, all of us, we screamed and we're yelling pocong, and then at the same time the pocong disappeared, and then Mawar passed out. So we were so panicking. We don't know what happened with Mawar, so we brought Mawar to her room. And then when she woke up, she cried, that's not pocong, that's Restu. So she cried all night long. We managed to ask the boarding house's guardian to call Mawar's parents, and we take turn slept with her to guard her in her room. All of us just saw a pocong. None of us actually dared to go back to our room. So after a while, in the morning, her parents picked her up. She didn't sleep all night. She cried all night long. So I told what happened to her parents. So I told the whole story. Long story short, her parents actually took her home, and what I know, I don't really know a lot about her or her family. What I know, they're living in the same city, but that's actually the last time I saw Mawar. She's never came back to the boarding house nor the campus. So, but what's really weird, after that night, every night our room got knocked. So there's someone knocking on our room. None of us was brave enough to open it. And one by one, my friends, they moved out of the boarding house. And one day the owner came, and he actually made us promise not to tell anyone about this. I fulfilled my promise to them until today, because I know that the boarding house is no longer there, and the owner already moved out. That's why I'm sharing the story now. So it was a really frightening experience. Mawar, if you're listening to this story, I hope that you're okay. Thank you, everyone.
Yakin nggak mau dapetin t-shirt spesial kontributor keren ini? Selain cerita kamu bisa didengarkan oleh jutaan telinga, kamu juga bisa dapetin t-shirt keren ini hanya dengan mengirimkan cerita pengalaman horor kamu ke email podcast.ceritahoror@gmail.com. Kami tunggu. Kamu juga punya pengalaman horor? Kirim cerita kamu ke alamat berikut.